Alright, so today we're going to start off with this teal genie from Wigs, and I've already put it up into a new ponytail, which you can see me do in my Kyoko Sakura wig tutorial, but don't feel bad if it takes you a bit longer. It took me like 10 times to get it to look this good. I'm going to start off with cutting off the ponytail and using this Calk to make sure the hairs don't separate. This is a lot easier to use than hot glue because it's not hot for one, and it's just this kind of what it's meant for, is filling in cracks, but usually for homes, so we're gonna make sure that we get all of it so that the entire base pony is covered, and then around the edges as well, so that nothing is going to be left out, because we want to be inclusive. Alright, and then we're going to take the long ponytail and take it off of its clip, which is harder than they make it look. We're going to stretch it nice and out, and then put it right over the base of our ponytail, and then pull on those elastic strings to make it nice and tight, and tie it. Next, we're going to take this curved leather needle with some matching thread for our wig and just sew that ponytail on so it's not going anywhere. And now we're going to separate the edges from the middle so that we can start teasing it into the shape that we want. I like to use a teasing comb that I found at Sally's Beauty. And we want to hold the ponytail hairs out so that it gets teased in the direction that we want it to be going. And remember, it's gonna look worse before it looks better. You can see that it was just kind of holding its shape, which is what we want it to do. And then remember to always use your hairspray to lock in what you want it to be doing. And we want to fluff that out so that we can get as much volume from it as we can. And we're going to brush all that extra hair forward and start molding it into the shape that we want. And in this case, we want it to kind of look like a curved teardrop. Use your hands once you get it all brushed forward, and the hairspray use in turn as well, and yes, your hands will get sticky doing this. Next we're going to take the long end that hasn't been teased off of our middle part. Then we're going to take the parts that we sectioned off and lay them over our teased mess. And we're going to use the hairspray again to lock everything in place. We're going to use a hair dryer to heat up the fibers and hairspray to lock that in, just so that we can easily mold the hair into the position that we want, because once the fibers have cooled down, they will stay in the position that we heated them up in. Sometimes leaning your wig head in a certain direction will help you get the hair into the direction that you want it to go. Use gravity. We're going to cut off the hair from the outside so it's the same length as our teased part. And I'm just using a hair shaping razor to do that, to make the hairs look more natural. If you find that you have any bald spots, be sure to have wefts that you can sew into your ponytail. We're going to start on the spikes that will make it look like a flame. We're going to section off the amount of hair that we want to use that for, and we're going to cut that to the length that we want that, so we can have our ponytail back. And then we'll hairspray that down until we can get it to the great curve, and we'll cut it into kind of a triangle shape so that we can get it to actually look like a spike. And I'm blocking the view. This is great. Good educational value. We're going to just cover that in hairspray, give it a little tease at the bottom. Not enough that it's noticeable, but just enough that it's going to help hold the spike up. And we're going to just saturate that in hairspray, and we're going to hold that in the position that we want it until it is dry and holds itself up. Extra tutorials on how to do these things will be in the description below. And there you have it. If you have any questions or comments, you can message me below or on following social media. Have fun and see you next time. That's how I flirt.